I'm distracted by your shirt. What does your shirt say?
It says, I've heard enough from old white men.
Oh boy. Here we are.
Try and edit that out.
Yes.
Don't edit it out.
Hey, adventurers. Welcome to Let's Just Go podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kayla, and today we're continuing our Epic Universe series, talking all about the food. My favorite part.
Really, why I was there.
Yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
start by saying I think we both agreed number one theme park food, collective, like overall.
Universal theme park food. I still
Oh,
think that Disneyland and Disney California Adventure Park have phenomenal food. But I do. Okay, but you've only been there like twice, so shut up. You don't get to have an opinion on it.
I think they have some catching up to do. I do agree the quality that I would say the quality at Disneyland is great.
And
But
Disneyland, you can just like grab stuff. You can Disneyland has so many like grab and go things, which I love. But I will say it is on par with Disneyland food. And there's this like excitement that it's a bunch of food that we've never had before.
right.
And that I think
Really
it
unique.
elevates it.
Right. Unique options available.
Yeah.
So
Because, yeah, exactly. Because Walt Disney World food is safe.
yeah.
Everything that you get at Walt Disney World is a safe option. No offense to Disney World, but it's like because of their international clientele, they're wanting to make sure that the food that they have are things that are going to appeal to most people. And I feel like at Epic, they're like, no, we're going to do whatever we want to do because we have this really cool theming. And like, we want to lean into the theming and we don't care if you want a cheeseburger. You're not going to have you have a cheeseburger option, but it's going to be harder to find.
Right. Or it's going to look like on a black bun and
Yeah.
death. It's going to look like death.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So we figured we'd go around the different islands, if you will, the lands from to the right when you walk into the main entrance. So we're starting with Isle of Burke. Lots of options in there.
Heavy hitters. Wow.
Your quick service, you have a couple different quick service options, but the main one is Mead Hall, which we did walk through, but we did not try. But because
we tried their water, thank you very much. We used their Coke freestyle machines for some free water.
For free water. But in there, a lot of obviously authentic theming to like the Viking How to Train Your Dragon. You can get platters of like meats.
There were a lot of platters. Did you notice that? Like, I feel like every land had some sort of platter.
If you can charge $28, if you're going to charge $28, you better throw a bunch of shit on the platter, right?
Fair, yeah. But like a good portion of food, like we walked around because we're nosy bitches. We walked around and we were like looking at what people were eating, and like they were big portions.
Yeah, right. 2 people, and we'll talk about it. We shared a platter.
Not at Mead Hall though. But yes.
No, not a Mead Hall, but we, you know, 2 people can definitely comfortably eat off of one of them, right? So it makes the $28 a little bit more tolerable. So but let's jump right to what our favorite thing was in there.
The mac and cheese cone.
I still think about it.
Okay, we need to rewind. I told Chris from the jump that was the thing I was most excited to eat. You know what this man said to me? He said, I don't even really like macaroni and cheese.
You know why? Because you know what I was thinking of? The shitty ones in Disneyland.
Oh, those cones. I've never had one because they look awful. So there are 3 different macaroni and cheese cones that you can get. One is just plain macaroni and cheese. They top it with goldfish, and all of them come in the same cone, which is like a garlic bread. Why are you shaking your head?
No, that bread was so damn good.
Oh, I thought you were shaking your head that I was wrong.
It was everything. It has everything.
Yeah, there's everything seasoning on the outside of it. And then they fill it with macaroni and cheese. So there's just the plain old macaroni and cheese. Then there's a like spicy like Nashville hot chicken, which we did not have. I was like, Chris, do we get the 2 not plain ones, and share them. And he was like, no, I think we just get one. Hindsight, we definitely should have gotten both. It's
We
fine.
need, we need to go back and get it.
Yeah, yeah, obviously. So there's a Nashville hot chicken one, which sounds good. People have had good things to say about it. But the one that we got is called the PB&J Mac, which is pork, bacon, and jam. And it was really like a pork bacon barbecue sauce. And it's
Yeah.
not, sorry, I'm really excited. Like my heart is racing right now. I'm just
Well,
so
I think
excited.
I think when I was turned off, I don't love mac and cheese, right?
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
cheese. I don't love pasta. So for me, I was like, initially, but the one that you got, and then I ended up eating half of,
Yeah.
was a great proportion
Yeah.
of the
The meat is
pork.
like mixed into
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
with the mac part, right?
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
so it was a great. It wasn't just all macaroni and cheese with like
Right.
four pieces of pork laying on
Right.
top. It was all mixed
So
in.
good.
It was so good. And then the bread
The
was so
bread was
damn.
so, it was just, it was, all of it was so delicious. And I think what really speaks to it is that the last bite still had pork in it.
Yeah.
Like we got ourselves to the bottom of the cone. Also, we were standing outside of the the show in Isle of Burke, and they were like, "This is your last trash can. Don't bring any food inside." Like we're standing over the trash can trying to eat this cone as fast as we possibly could to get into the show. So I'm just like envisioning us right now and how ridiculous we must have looked to people.
Well, we looked
We
like
always look ridiculous to people.
hungry ass. Like it was embarrassing how we were eating that.
But
Uh,
I could eat 10 of them. Like as soon as
they
we were
were so
done, I was like, damn, do I go to this show or do I go back and get another one?
And I initially said, "Don't let's not get both," because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to like it. And I
Mhm.
think they were like $17 each, right?
Yeah.
But again,
Yeah.
large.
Mhm.
Like I would
It was
say,
shareable.
it was definitely shareable. So if you're
Yeah.
thinking about like the largest waffle cone you've seen, and then maybe doubling the size of that,
Yeah.
right? Like in
Yeah.
terms of to give you an idea of what that looks
Mhm.
like. So yeah, it was shareable. So
It was
that
my
was good.
favorite thing.
But for logistics, you cannot mobile order that. You do have to wait in
Right.
a line that's very much in the sun
Very much
uh,
in the sun.
for the for it.
But it
So
moved fast because there's only the three options. So it reminded me, standing in that line reminded me of being at Food and Wine at Epcot.
yeah, yep, that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
Yeah.
So and then there are other things again because Epic is so awesome with their theming. There are several things that you can buy in stores, but you can only buy in the stores at in those specific lands. So
Mhm.
I know we're not going to talk much about it, but you bought even some specific candy
Chocolate
that
bars.
was
Yeah.
that was available.
Yeah.
What
So
did you try it?
yeah, I've had two of the three. Um, so there's specifically like different dragons from the series. One of them had gummy fish in them, which I was like, what is this going to be like? It's literally like Swedish fish in the
Yeah,
candy
that's
bar,
not-
but like gummy bear textured Swedish, but like Swedish fish size. So that was fun. And then we had one that had Rice Krispies in it, and that was fine. And then we have one left that has like Pop Rocks in it. Brian
yeah.
said, let's save that one. It's going to be the best one. We should eat that one last.
Well, I would agree. I was hoping you had eaten that one. That was the one because
I
it's
know.
what's the flavor? It's a weird flavor, right?
It's strawberry topping. What are they?
Strawberry
Whatever
pop,
the.
but
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
strawberry, but it's a regular milk chocolate
It's
bar.
regular milk chocolate. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So
Yeah.
you can buy fun, weird candy bars. You can get mac
Hmm.
and cheese. You can get a bunch of meats on a platter. Um,
They also, I know I mentioned this in a previous episode, they do everywhere pretty much has a vegetarian or vegan option. So, like, even the mac and cheese, right? You can get a vegetarian option, which is just the plain mac and cheese. There's a restaurant that we didn't go to that very much gave me Flame Tree Barbecue vibes from Animal Kingdom, which they do, I would say, healthier from what I've seen. Little like bowls that are like rice and sweet potatoes and some
yeah.
vegetables and like a meat or, just like more vegetable option, which sounded really good. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Chris and I ate a lot of food while we were at Epic, and I don't know that we could have eaten any more.
I know. Well, we're only on the first land, so we should. So when you're in Isle of Burke, get our recommendation is definitely get the mac and cheese cone.
Yeah.
I mean, hands
Yes.
down. There's
Absolutely. If
no
there's one thing you eat in the entire park, it's the mac and cheese cone.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's move on to the Wizarding World, the Ministry of Magic land,
Yes.
um,
We ate a
and
lot there too.
we sure did. We sure did, and drank.
And
And
drink.
so there's a lot of fun places of names I can't pronounce because it's
Yeah,
all
we're not
French.
gonna try.
Café Layer de la Sarriette.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So we had lots of different things in there from, again, a
Hmm.
quick service location. We should probably also mention that
Oh,
Universal's quick service
yeah.
is pretty awesome, though, in like scanning you can go into your app, order the food, scan the barcode, and then you enter what number it is and it shows up at your
Mm,
table, right? So it's not as
yeah.
chaotic as some other theme park quick service ordering.
And the caveat to that is that if you're like me and your app doesn't work and it won't cooperate, you can still order at a
You
counter
can, yep.
because, or if there's something specific that you want, like Chris really,
Or
when,
or you have a dietary restriction that you
well,
would need to.
right. We could
Yeah,
call your special order of just wanting a side of fries a dietary restriction. I couldn't just order a side of fries. And so I had to go up to the counter to
yeah,
order
that
that.
was
Which also talking about the Wizarding World, if you've never been to a Wizarding World land before, that sounds weird to say. Just know that you can only get Wizarding World. It's a
Harry
tongue
Potter.
twister.
Just
Just
say
know that
Harry
you can
Potter.
only you can only get Harry Potter drinks. So Chris was really hankering for a Diet Coke, and I went up to get his fries, and I was like, "Also, could I get a Diet Coke?" And she was like, "No, you cannot. Absolutely not." So you can bring a Diet Coke in from another place, but you're not going to get one in there. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, yeah, that was disappointing, but I get it. But in this French cafe, if you will, lots
Mhm.
of great options. Again, pretty themed into the land. But you have like a quiche Lorraine. That's not something I would
Mhm.
necessarily eat. People we were with did order that. It looked good.
It did look
But I
good.
think our big takeaways there are the two crepes.
The two crepes.
Yeah,
Yum.
so you have the infamous butterbeer crepe,
Which they do run
which
out of.
yeah.
We ran
So
into that issue.
go early and order the butterbeer crepe, which was delicious. But surprisingly, when the first day when the butterbeer crepe was out, we ordered the lemon raspberry.
Oh, so good.
That was really good. In fact, that we embarrassingly ate that as well. Oh my god, we
Here's
ate
the
a
thing,
lot.
the butterbeer crepe is like so sweet. It's like I'm so glad that we shared it because it was too much for me. Like I couldn't have eaten that by myself. The lemon raspberry one I could have inhaled by myself.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I mean, I
Yeah.
like sweet, but I would agree with that.
Hmm.
Uh, and then so that's one of the restaurants. Then the Goblet Noir. We That's their other quick service that has more authentic theming. Where Kayla was trying to order me a Diet Coke, and that's where we had a platter, right? And
Yeah.
so we had a bunch of different options. Again, lots of
That's
meats
good.
on a
Hmm.
right. If it was like a pretzel roll, kind of
It
had a
was yeah.
German-ish flair to the menu,
Yeah.
right?
It
Like
did.
corned beef and
Yeah, it all sounded so good. We were having a really hard time making a decision. Here's the thing about Chris and I. We sat down at one restaurant, we looked at the menu and we went, nah, let's go here
mm-mm.
instead. And so this location is kind of hidden. So when you walk in to Paris, that's what the theming is. You walk into Paris, you immediately see the cafe that we mentioned that has the butterbeer crepe. This
Because it
place
has
is like,
outdoor seating.
and it has outdoors. Yeah, exactly. So it's like it's right there. It's in your face. This place is down a little back alley, which I think is a really fun thing that they do for the Wizarding World just in general. Having these like little hidden pockets. So we didn't even know this place existed until we were walking by, and the team members were outside going, "Come inside, take a look." And Chris was like, "Are you giving us free food?" And they were like, "No, you crazy man, we're not giving you free food."
Well, I was like, what is happening? I thought they wanted us to like try something. I was like,
No,
you're waving us in, but it is pretty off the beaten path, so they do have to
yeah,
do a better job of like, hey. Although the menu is probably not for everybody though, so you kind of have to be in the vibe. But again, even inside the quick services, the theming is so
so
on
good.
point.
Yeah.
Um, So really cool places to even just walk through.
Hmm.
Um, and then the last big place there is Bar Moonshine.
So good.
The real cool part of that is it has nods to memorabilia of Wizarding Americana, which I'm not exactly sure what that is, but what Wizarding Americana is. But they had all the different pennants for all the states,
They
and
did.
again, cool theming. Just a small walk-in bar. You can't sit in there. You order your
Hmm.
drink and you go.
Yeah.
But everybody got cold drinks, but they had like sage in them and twigs and shit, and that's not really my
It was
thing.
lavender.
Not that
One of
one
them.
sprig.
Oh, I don't know what was in his, but I know that one person in our party had,
Leaves. There were leaves in it.
yeah, one person in our party had literal pieces of lavender. I said, I don't think that sounds very good. And she said, I think I'll drink it. And then she was picking the lavender out of it. I will say, if you're a beer drinker, I am. There is a specific beer that you can only get in the Ministry of Magic portal at Epic Universe, and it is good. It's I'm not going to pronounce the name right because it's French, but it's a saison, and it was really light, almost like a fruity wheat beer. I could drink 10 of those in a second. So if you're a beer drinker, you can get it at all three locations that we mentioned, which is really great.
And then my favorite kind of beer, the butter beer. We won't go into depth on
Oh,
that because you can get that in
yeah.
all the other places,
Ah,
but and we won't have the frozen or not
oh,
conversation.
it's
But
a
you can
debate.
get that at the cafe. You can get that
Hmm.
at the Goblet Noir, and you can even get that
Hmm.
from a stand right out in the middle of
Yeah.
um, the land. So
Yeah.
all all good options. You really can't go wrong. But
Hmm.
I think the crepes for me, you got to get a crepe
Hmm.
if you're
And
swinging by.
there's, again, if you're a Wizarding World person and you've been to the other lands, one thing that I was disappointed by is that there's no pastry counter and there's no ice cream. So if you are expecting to have a fun, sweet treat, you don't have those options. There is an ice cream place right out, like basically as soon as you walk outside of the portal. But if you're wanting, like, I love the little pumpkin empanadas. They're so good.
And I mean, you can get the
And
butterbeer ice
fudge.
cream in the.
Yeah.
They did have the candy store, but it was a
They do
much
have the candy.
smaller
Yeah.
Honeydukes,
Honeydukes.
right? But it
Yeah.
was a much smaller version than in the other
Yeah.
uh, two Harry Potter lands. So,
Yes.
all right. So our takeaway: get the crepes. So
Get the
now we're
crepes.
moving on. We're moving over to
Super Nintendo World. Oh, no, you're right. No, don't
Dark
listen to me. I'm a
Universe.
liar. Yeah. Dark
Dark
Universe.
Universe. So um, the quick service in there, dark, very dark,
Very
but cool
dark.
chairs. And we just did a quick walkthrough, but that's where you can get your chicken sandwich on a black bun. And it just looks
Hmm.
very authentically something you would order if you were in a monster's castle and
Yeah.
was served.
Yeah.
Um, we did not try the cinnamon bun
Oh,
bites.
I know they look so good.
We should have. We hear
That's your
good things.
fault.
Well, I ordered the Frankenstein pretzel, which was honestly awful.
It was the
It
worst
looks
thing you ate,
great.
wasn't it?
It was. It was. It was not a good pretzel. I was hoping it was like a Mickey pretzel, which is like soft and doughy. Maybe I got a bad batch because it was like
Maybe.
really, really dense and doughy and not great. And I
You're from Philly and you feel
I was
very
just going
strongly about
to
pretzels.
say, soft pretzels is a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've had some great ones, so you got to live up to it. And the cheese sauce was a little bit weird. It was also too large to like. They give it to you. It's gigantic, right? So it is a good
Yeah.
portion size, but it's
Yeah.
and then they give you the cheese sauce, which you can't,
You
you
can't
can't,
dip. You have to like
you can't
tear it
dip.
apart to dip.
Yeah, when you
Yeah.
can't tear it apart because you're holding this dinner plate sized Frankenstein head
Did
pretzel.
you share it with anybody? I feel like you finished it before you even came back
I
to us.
brought it over. I did share it
Okay.
with, I think, with Connor, but no, I stood by myself in the shade
Well,
and ate
we stood in a
while you,
ridiculous line.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So you stood in line for what? Tell us about it.
For the garlic steak, which is a pretzel.
It's a poor name. It really
It
is a poor
is.
name.
Yeah. It's a
We get
steak
it
like
because we're in the,
STAKE. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's a pretzel that looks like a little tiny sword shank thing that they've dipped
Like a
in
steak.
garlic, right? Exactly. That they've dipped in
To
garlic.
kill a vampire.
Yeah. And then they serve it with a garlic dipping sauce. I loved it. I inhaled it. Thought it was so good. The line was about 50 people deep, and those were people who had placed mobile orders and just needed to pick them up. And it was mostly in the sun. So it moved pretty quick. We divided and conquered because we also wanted drinks. So one of us, the weird thing about this specific location is that you order food outside and you order drinks inside. So it's
It's
the
kind of like a
burning,
bar. Yeah.
yeah,
It's the place with the
burning
burning
something
window.
tavern. Yep. So inside cocktails, they also have a specialty beer that was really good. And then outside, they have a couple different food options. There's also not a lot of seating. It is a mostly grab and go spot. That being said, there are some tables inside and there are some covered tables outside as well. They're all high tops. So if you're like me and you hate a high top, that's your only option. Um, that being said, I thought it was really good. But again, the people from Philadelphia that were with us were haters. So
Yeah, I didn't love it. I think it was a weird. I think it has potential, right?
you
Because
wanted
like
to have a cheese sauce.
yeah, and it had the mustard sauce, right? It was
It
like a honey
wasn't, it was
mustard.
garlic. No, it was literally, it was like
Mm.
movie theater butter with garlic in it.
But what was on it? I thought that was kind of what was
That the
on it.
same thing. Yeah. It was just garlic on garlic on garlic. It was again, it was delicious.
I don't know. I think I needed a little bit more like burnt pretzel or something. I don't know. I can't explain
Mm.
it.
It didn't
Yeah,
really taste like a pretzel to me, but I know it was a pretzel.
I think maybe that was the also confusing part. I would agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. But the drinks were good there. So they have a beer that is sort of fall flavors. It was really good. It's called like the something Reaper. I liked that. They have some mixed drinks that were really sweet, but uh, all in all, like it was a good selection if you like cocktails. Not as good as the cocktails that we had at Bar Helios.
No, no,
Yeah, but those are
no.
also more expensive cocktails.
So now moving on to Super Nintendo World.
Yeah. Which we actually only ate one thing at.
Do they have a quick service?
Yeah, they have Toadstool Cafe.
Oh, right. Yeah, which we didn't even go
We
into.
didn't even go into it. Yeah, but Toadstool
But,
Cafe has cute stuff. They have lots of heavily themed things.
but you got
I got the Donkey Kong. I don't know what they call it, but it's like there's literally not a menu. Did you notice that when I walked up? I was just like, I'll take one float.
take
So
that
it's
thing.
yeah, so it's a float. You can get it with or without a souvenir cup that is a Donkey Kong barrel, and then it has a little spoon with Donkey and Diddy Kong on it, which is really cute. But it is pineapple Fanta, and then they put a waffle bowl on top of the cup of Fanta. Inside the bowl is a pineapple banana swirled non dairy soft serve. And then they top that with like a toffee and caramel popcorn. And it was so good. So good.
It was yeah, and it was perfect on the hot day too. And then
Yes.
I was like, what wasn't happening was the straw went down into the juice, but it went through the cone, but
Yeah.
like the ice cream wasn't really melting down into
So we had
the
to
juice.
stab
So I
it.
was like, yes, like what's happening? And then you were like, oh, I'm not really interested in the cone, and then you said it was a delicious cone.
And then I inhaled the coke.
10 minutes
Yeah.
later, you were like, and that's gone.
That was also after my 2 beers. In my defense, I was dehydrated. I'd been
That's
drinking. I didn't know what I wanted or didn't want.
is that is fair. Um, so yeah, I enjoyed that as well. Not as many though, like carts and quick like
Mm-mm.
snack grabs in the
No,
Super Nintendo world, though.
no.
Uh, so then that leaves us with the final location in the park, which is the main central location, Celestial Park,
Hmm.
which has lots of great options. In
Hmm.
fact, it's mostly just food options
Yeah.
and drink options. So, gosh, where do we start? So there are going to be two sit down restaurants. Of which we did not. The Atlantic was open, mostly seafood.
Hmm.
menu. We did not try that. That's a full sit down restaurant.
Yeah.
And then the other one that's attached to, sort of attached to Helios, which will be more of an Asian menu, I believe, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's not open yet. That'll open
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah.
Uh, so we did not try that. But two full service restaurants going to be inside of
Mhm.
the theme park as well.
Yeah.
Let's get to what we loved, the hot dogs.
I thought you were going to say the pizza. No, that hot dog was
Also, the pizza.
so
I,
good.
I regret not trying the barbecue place. I mean, there's so many things,
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
things. But
Hold
let's
on.
let's.
I took a picture of the menu so that I'm not going to pronounce it right.
Well, we're not gonna. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
I'm
gonna
not
happen.
even going to try, but I can tell you what is in it. I just have to find the picture of it real quick. It was a hot dog wrapped in cheese, which was fantastic, first of all. And then it had the little Korean rice cake.
Yeah, it was coin coin hot dogs cut into coins, right?
Oh
Shoved onto
yeah. Yep.
skewers, and the two skewers were held together because it would be they put a hot dog onto each skewer, then they'd put a rice cake that connected in, and then hot dogs, and then rice cake, hot dogs, and so forth. Then it was wrapped in a cheese, a grilled cheese, right?
Yeah.
And then a
It had
sort
a
of
I found it.
sweet teriyaki. There we are.
Yeah, yeah. It had a yuzu aioli, Japanese barbecue sauce, and
Fuck is
scallions.
that? No one knows what that is, but it was like a
I know what
sweet
that is. It was really
sweet
good.
teriyaki.
Hmm. And then, like, even at this location, I'm like looking at this menu, so it was like a quick little grab and go spot. They also had steamed vegetable buns with bok choy, mushrooms, and a vegetarian oyster sauce. So, like I was just saying, there's lots of
Yeah.
vegetarian options, which I think is great. But yeah, that thing
Uh,
was delicious. We should have each gotten one instead of you getting one and Connor and I going, I'll have a bite of that.
I don't know. And then I was like, holy shit, listen, if you're going to wrap something in a grilled cheese, I'm here for it. It can
Sold.
really be anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll, I will put that in my mouth.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Agreed.
um, so
Speaking of cheese, now we can talk
speaking of
about
cheese,
pizza.
well, before we
Oh,
jump into that, so
I'm like,
lots of
let's
other,
talk about the damn pizza.
lots of other booths though, right? In
So
that,
many.
and so quick, typical things you'd find in a theme park like popcorn and
Mm-hmm.
uh, churros, and
Mm-hmm.
then lots
Ice
of bar
cream.
ice cream. There's an ice cream which had also had cookies. Lots of bar options. Another quick service location, which is what you referenced earlier, where we got up and walked out. That was around mostly like burgers and things called the Meteor or Asteroid or
It
something.
was like Asian fusion. So like there was fish and chips, but it was like wasabi dusted fries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
It was
I
interesting.
At that point, I think we were just looking for something normal, but then we went and
Yes.
had a meat
Our
platter, so
platter.
that wasn't that
Hmm.
normal. But so lots of booths and quick service drinks. Like I mentioned, the Tiki Bar got a great mudslide there, frozen made. That was had a lot of alcohol in it. I was very surprised. But then also other restaurants like uh, Pizza Moon,
Hmm.
which is what we're talking about.
So good.
Delicious,
Yeah.
delicious. All kinds of
There's pizza and
every
pasta.
pizza and pasta. The pasta looked
Yeah.
good. It's
The pasta did look good.
not my
After you
jam,
were
but it
just
was like
talking about not
it
liking
was all
pasta.
in like a crescent, like
Yeah. Like they
um,
put it in the baking dish and then like literally took
yes,
it out
and
of
then
the
they
oven and
serve it
brought
to
it to
you,
you. Yeah.
and so the cheese on top is. I'm going back to the cheese.
I will say it was the most chaotic place we ate at.
Yeah,
So every quick service location, for the most part, if it's not like a grab and go, you're gonna sit down at a table, place your order with the QR code that you scan, and then put in the table number, and then they're gonna bring you out the food. With that, the food is being brought out to you on real plates. You're being served with real silverware. I believe that it's typically cloth napkins, which like these are all sustainability things that I really appreciated seeing because I think that there's so much waste associated with eating in a theme park. And that's great. So every restaurant you come in, you find a table, you sit down. Pizza Moon, because it's so popular, they have a line to wait to get a seat. So even if you've mobile ordered already before getting in, you still need to wait for there to be a seat. And they had like 10 people working the floor with headsets on, being like, okay, I can take two. Okay. And then someone going down the line and counting how many groups they had and like dispersing them and being like, okay, you're going to go to Jody. All right. And then you're going to go to Tim, and like
Yeah.
pointing out where you're sitting. And it was also the only place that I saw someone was having issues with their order, which again, we were in technical rehearsals. It's understandable. It was resolved quickly eventually. Like once she was able to speak to a manager, they were able to resolve it quickly, which I appreciated seeing. And they like refunded her and brought her food that she'd been waiting on. She was frustrated because she wanted her kids to eat and her kids' food wasn't
Well,
coming out.
yeah, only a portion of the party had not been
Yeah,
served, and the rest of the
exactly.
party was
Yeah.
finished eating.
Yeah.
So,
And again,
yeah,
like it was chaotic.
it
It
was
felt to
chaotic.
me inside like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, I mean, lesson learned, and the line inside for you to wait in though, they almost knew that was going to happen,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Because they
like
built
built
that
for it.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, lesson learned: have gourmet pizzas.
Hmm.
People will come, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
give the people what they want. It's just a good
Yeah.
fucking pizza,
And
and
they're
so
good size pizzas. Like
and two
they're
people.
bigger than a personal pizza, but they're not as big as like the smallest size you'd get at like your local pizza place. So like you and I ordered one pizza, and then you got scared and ordered a second pizza. And then we didn't eat nearly as much of the second pizza. We ate the entirety of the first pizza.
Right, right. And they're not right. You can't order just a slice. You're ordering the full
Yeah,
pizza. It's good crust,
good
um,
crust.
kind of extra saucy on the regular pizza,
Yeah,
but as we
yeah,
talked about in a previous episode, but
yeah.
um, overall, great pizza.
Hmm.
It's not Chuck E. Cheese pizza where they're just
No, 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 not at all.
they're
Just the
making
vibe
it.
inside, the
Yeah,
chaotic
like
high ceilings and
it
like
was
lots of
chaotic.
children. Yeah.
Yeah,
They have a
it was
pizza with an ube crust.
yeah.
I knew that you were going to go, I don't even know what that is. So I didn't say we should
It's
get
a
that one.
purple. Is that the purple one?
Yeah, it was purple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounded
I
really
don't really.
tasty.
I mean, that seems like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Um,
There's one other thing food wise that I got a bunch of on my way out of the park, and that is the little sweet shop. I got
yeah.
macarons and I got some chocolate.
So it's moon chip chocolates and celestial sweets, right? And that's
Yes.
right when you
Yes.
first come in to the left. You
Hmm.
did. That's the main area where you can order. How were the macaroons?
So good. But I took too long to eat them. And so by the
Oh,
time I got to the end, they were like really hard because Brian can't eat them because he has a tree nut allergy. So I bought six with the intention of sharing them with you, and then I forgot to share them.
God damn it! I can love those things.
I know,
Uh,
because there were ones that I didn't like the tiramisu one. I was like, I bet Chris would love this. I don't want it, and I didn't. That was the one I didn't finish because it was rock hard, and I was like, I don't like this.
no, that's not great. Yeah,
Mm-mm.
so you have that option too, right?
Hmm.
For kind of grab and go sweets or to take back with
Hmm.
you. The Oak and Star Tavern, which we did get a drink at. I
Oh
got a
yeah,
drink at you,
the
but
barbecue.
has the barbecue. Really
Hmm.
cool seating inside. Really like
Feels like
kind
a
of fun
lodge.
atmosphere. Kind of like a lodge, yeah, like a
Hmm.
tavern. It was exactly what you'd
Yeah,
imagine a
yeah.
tavern being with outdoor seating as well.
Hmm.
Um, so you got lots of options going on in the main center place, and some things were better than others, but we didn't have one bad thing.
No, well, except for your pretzel. You said that was bad.
That was bad, actually. I take that back. That
We had
tasted like,
one. We had one bad thing.
just to be clear, I still ate it all, but it was
Did
not
you
good.
offer some to the Bride of Frankenstein?
I should have. I should have.
Hmm, missed opportunity.
It's
It's fine.
like, she was weird. She kept doing this to me, and I was like, I
It's
don't know
who
what's
she
happening.
is.
I understand that, but
She said the same thing about you. You walked away. She went, that guy was weird.
she was like, I'm not paid enough to be standing here dealing with
Yeah.
these fucking
Yeah.
people.
All in all, okay, so here's my takeaway. I would say whatever your budget is that you would have for food at Disney, double it
Yes. It's a little
because
pricey. It's a little pricey.
it's more expensive and also you're going to see so many things that you want to eat.
Serving sizes are bigger though,
Yeah.
right? So I
Yeah.
would say the I guess not the issue, but there isn't something you can grab for 8, 10, even $12. It's going to be like just for you.
Yeah.
You're paying 15 plus dollars, 16 plus dollars for anything, but you can probably share it with somebody,
Yeah. That is
which just
true.
means you need to invite us to go with you the next time so you can share your mac and cheese cone with us.
Yeah. I will say, so Chris and I did 2 days at Epic Universe. Our first day, there were five of us total in our party. And then the second day, it was just Chris and I. And it was very nice to be with a bigger group because we were just all passing around whatever things we had and also diseases, probably. Like, here, try my drink. Here, try this thing I bought to eat. And like, we were all just like getting different things and seeing what they were like. And that was really fun. And I think it also gave Chris and I a great idea of like what all there was so that we could spend the last half an hour telling you about how delicious everything was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I would say make so if you're going to Epic Universe, make that part of your experience though,
Yeah.
trying the different food. Don't share as you go would be our recommendation because all the food is so good. Don't You're not going to want to just eat lunch and dinner there. You're going to want
Yeah.
to eat like every 2 hours and snack on something and try something different and buy some. So
Yeah.
um, it's for the sharing for sure.
Definitely. That being said, we're going to talk about a bunch of other Epic Universe stuff still. We've got, you guys, we have so much to tell you about Epic Universe. So keep listening. I will say, I think we've established the best thing that we ate was the mac and cheese cone. Yeah, great.
I think
Just wanted to
so.
make sure we covered that before we wrap up the episode. Best thing,
And I
worst
don't
thing
know.
we ate, pretzel. Best thing we ate, mac and cheese cone.
Yeah. And I don't know if I loved it so much because I really was going in with low expectations and it was so freaking
Probably.
good.
It was
But yeah,
so good. Yeah, it was so good. So keep listening. Let us know if you've been to Epic, if you're going, what you're most excited about. And until next time, let's just go.